Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I am in my bathroom because I'm going to be showing you guys my current and updated skincare routine and talking to you guys a little bit about my skincare journey and just the steps that I've taken to clear my skin over the years. My skin is definitely nowhere near perfect, but I'm very proud of how far it's come, especially since I started my channel back in 2015, almost 5 years ago now, which seems so crazy. I started in December of 2015. I cannot believe I've been making videos since then. But besides that, my skincare journey has definitely come a long way. My skin has evolved as well, and I've just finally found a routine that I really love, that I actually feel like is effective and works at helping me keep my skin clear and looking as best as it can. Before I get started in showing you my routine, I do just want to say, because I know people can be a little critical about skincare routines, and there are a lot of people reacting to skincare, and I feel like everyone just thinks they're skincare gurus now. Just keep in mind that this is my personal skincare routine. This is what works for me. I am always open to feedback and constructive criticism about my skincare routine. If you guys want to give me any tips and tricks or product recommendations, I am always open to that. But skincare is very personal. I do have very sensitive skin. I've tried a lot of product, and this is genuinely just what works for me. These products I've been using for a long time. So again, I would love your feedback, but please be nice about it. Again, skincare is very personal, and I'm really happy with my routine recently. Other than that, I'm very excited to talk to you guys a little bit about my skincare journey today, as well as showing you my updated skincare routine. So I hope you guys enjoy, and let's go ahead and get started. The first thing that I want to do is talk to you guys a little bit about the beginning of my skincare journey. When I started my YouTube channel in 2015, I had very oily and acne prone skin, and I think that was just really genetic. My dad had very oily and acne prone skin when he was younger, so that was definitely something that I got from him. I always had acne. I had a ton of blackheads, and I was so incredibly oily. Right here, I'm gonna throw in some clips from some of my videos back in 2015 so you guys can see what my bare skin looked like without makeup on. I did suffer from a lot of redness on the skin, as you guys can see, zits on the face, a couple of acne spots. I definitely wouldn't say I had the most severe case of acne, but it was something that I was very insecure about, something that could be painful. Just as someone at the time who is 15, 16 years old, it is a pain and it is insecure. It's just something that I really wanted to work on. As someone who was in high school, I didn't have a lot of knowledge. I would use toner to try to dry out my skin. I would use really thin water and gel-based moisturizers that weren't nourishing the skin enough. I was washing my face once, probably not getting all of my makeup off, and I just wasn't taking care of my skin as best as I could. But I think the biggest mistake that I made was overly stripping the skin and under hydrating the skin. Having oily and acne prone skin, I think a big mistake that a lot of people make is not hydrating the skin because they feel oily. Where I actually started to get rid of my oily skin by using thick, rich moisturizers that hydrated the skin and made the skin plump, so my skin didn't feel the need to overproduce that oil to compensate for the lack of hydration. From personal experience, giving my skin that extra hydration that it needed, that it was calling for when it was producing all of that oil, really helped my skin come to the more combo place that it's at now. And also in turn, reducing the oil also helped me to reduce my acne. I never went on any acne medication. Sometimes I would use a little bit of like the Neutrogena or Clean and Clear like acne spot lotion, but I don't know how effective those were, but I think what helped me the most was moisturizing my skin, although it was oily. The next concern that I started to notice maybe like 2016, 2017 was just a ton of blackheads, but not only that, a lot of clogged pores that didn't have any heads, just a bunch of texture going up my neck, on my chin, the tops of my cheekbones, and my forehead. all of these little bumps that didn't have any heads that I couldn't squeeze out, that I just couldn't seem to get rid of. I went to the dermatologist. I go to the dermatologist every year to do an annual skin check. She did recommend that I go see an esthetician to get an extraction facial done. Honestly, you guys, getting the extraction facial done was definitely one of the best things that I could have ever done for my skin. Basically, all she did was go in, steam my face, she gave me a facial, and then she went in with a little needle and started extracting. She told me that I had years and years and years of built up oil in my skin that wouldn't have come out unless extracted with a needle like she did. It wasn't a painful process at all. If you guys don't like needles, then this is something you might not want to do, but she squeezed out so much gunk. I wish I took a video or a photo of this process at the time. It was so satisfying. She squeezed out so much gunk. She said years and years of oil came out of my skin. After the facial, I was pretty red and irritated for a couple of days. Here are some photos of my skin right after, kind of throughout the day, how my skin was looking. I did have lots of red spots, but they did not scar or anything at all. She was very gentle and careful in what she was doing. So if you guys are going to do something like this, get a recommendation from your dermatologist, do your research. But I didn't scar at all. I was nervous that I would scar because I do have pretty delicate and sensitive skin. I bruise easily, I scar easily. I did not scar at all, and my skin was 100% clear. About a week and a half later, all of the redness went away, and it made the biggest difference in how smooth my skin was, how my skin looked, how my makeup applied. Now, unfortunately, something like this is not permanent. Now it has been a little bit over 3 years since I did that extraction facial, and I do have a couple of those little clogged pores coming back. She told me I would probably be seeing them come back after a year or so when that oil starts to build up again in the skin, and I definitely did. Slowly, a couple of them started to come back. I have a few on my chin. You guys probably see them when I do my makeup and videos, but it is nowhere near as bad because she said she probably extracted like 10 years worth of oil from my skin, and it was crazy. So maybe sometime in the future I will go back for that, but honestly, where my skin is at right now, I don't have enough where I feel like I have to go back for the full extraction, and I kind of just manage it myself and use something topical for now. I also really quickly just want to say that if you guys are suffering from skin issues, if you're insecure with your skin, that you're not alone. So many people have been there, but your skin doesn't define you. Whether you have acne, blackheads, or if you have a different skin condition, I also suffer from eczema, or if you have perfectly clear skin, your skin does not define you as a person. You are so much more than that, and it does not define your worth. But I just want you guys to know you are not alone with your skin struggles, and you are just so much more than that. Going in with my skincare routine, now that I've chewed your ear off and given you guys the whole backstory on my skin, the first thing I'm going to do is, of course, makeup removal. Back when I had more problems to my skin, I was using things like Neutrogena makeup wipes, Garnier micellar water. That makes me cringe now because looking back, that leaves such a residue on my skin. And if you guys use those things and it's working for you, that's great. I'm just cringing because my skin obviously didn't love it and I just didn't see it at the time. My preferred method now of removing my makeup is using a makeup eraser or any sort of reusable makeup cloth, whether you guys have the face halo or something more affordable like the $4 e.l.f. face erase. These are just so gentle on the skin, and it takes your makeup off with just water. It removes having to use any extra product or again any makeup wipes or anything like that, which I don't like makeup wipes. If you guys use makeup wipes, I'm not hating on you, but personally, I just don't like them. I know you guys can't see me too well, but I'm just over the sink right here, and I am wetting my makeup eraser with warm water and squeezing out the excess water just so I have the damp towel right here. Look at that. Can you guys see how easy that took off some of my foundation? And today I do have a lighter face on, but on some days I have on like a couple of primers, so much foundation, especially after a filming day when I tend to wear heavier makeup and just a lot more makeup than on the daily. Seriously, just warm water and the makeup eraser takes it right off. here's what my makeup eraser looks like after I remove pretty much all my makeup. I would say this gets like 99.9% of the makeup off, usually leaving behind just a little bit of mascara residue, but I am gonna continue to go in with more cleansing steps, so that should be 100% off by the time we are done with the skincare routine. But look at that, full face of makeup comes right off with just a little bit of water. It is incredible, and my sensitive skin loves that I'm able to do that opposed to using something more harsh. Now moving on to actually cleansing the skin, something that is very important and helps me to keep my skin clear and helped me to clear my skin in the first place is double cleansing. Now I'm sure most of you have heard of double cleansing, but if you haven't, it's washing your face twice or using 2 different cleansers depending on your skin's needs, especially if you are someone who wears makeup and product on your skin. I double cleansed for a while. A couple of months back, you guys might have seen me use this cleanser right here by Clean & Clear, their night relaxing cleanser, and then a second cleanse using this one right here, which is the Biore Pore Unclogging Scrub. I know both of these products were not great. I used them because I was scared to switch with my sensitive skin, but I realized that these 2 products were kind of causing irritation in my skin more than anything. Not only were they both heavily fragranced, but they both had microbeads in them, which although you can't see it, do cause little mini micro tears in the skin. I have successfully cycled those 2 products out of my skincare routine. Now I just use one cleanser, and it is the La Roche-Posay Toleriane Hydrating Gentle Cleanser for normal to dry skin. I've talked about this before on my channel, but if you guys are in the market for a super gentle cleanser, whether you have dry skin or oily skin or acne prone skin, definitely look into the brand La Roche-Posay. I have the one for normal to dry skin because my skin was very dry this past winter. This cleanser has been incredible for my skin. My skin is so hydrated. It's a very milky cleanser. I will show you guys. It comes out almost like a thin lotion, but it is so incredibly hydrating. This is formulated with niacinamide, ceramides, glycerin. It is fragrance free. It has very few ingredients, so it's just a very gentle cleanser, but it still makes my skin feel nice and clean. I will say it's not the greatest at actually taking off makeup. That's why I go in with my makeup eraser first. And also keep in mind, this is not going to be a very foamy cleanser. It's not going to suds up, but I find those cleansers that foam and suds a lot make my skin feel very stripped when I'm done with them, and this one doesn't suds or foam, but my skin doesn't feel stripped at all. It feels like nothing but hydrated. Right here you guys are seeing I am doing the first cleanse, and this is just going to get off any of the excess makeup that's on my skin that the makeup remover might not have gotten. Going in for one more cleanse now that I feel like I have all my makeup off except for mascara. My mascara will literally survive anything, even some cleansing oils, even though it's not waterproof. You know, if you wear makeup, you still always have mascara residue. But I'm just gonna go in for one more cleanse just on my clean skin now to now get stuff out of my pores and make sure my skin is just really, really clean. Now that my skin is cleansed, I'm going to tone the skin. My favorite is the Thayer's Witch Hazel alcohol free. Very important that it is alcohol free. You guys never, even if you are more oily, don't put alcohol on your face. Try to make sure all of your products are alcohol free as well. I know there are some people who have mixed feelings about toner. It might not be necessarily harmful, but a lot of people don't feel like it does much of anything for the skin. I personally feel like it just really makes the skin feel even more clean. It's a good skin refresher. I've read places that it kind of restores the pH balance in the skin, kind of making for a more even skin tone and helping clear the skin along. And a couple of you guys have actually messaged me saying thank you so much for introducing me to Thayer's Witch Hazel because it has helped me clear my skin. And I definitely think so as well. When I introduced Witch Hazel into my routine, I feel like my skin has never been so clear. So I'm just taking this on a cotton pad and I'm just going to gently glide this over the skin. And believe it or not, you guys, more makeup is coming off, if you can see that. So that's why I've always liked this last step, just to make sure all of the makeup actually comes off the skin. Wow, look at how much more makeup came off. I don't know if you guys can see if it's a little washed out. Like, oh my gosh, that's so much more foundation despite using the makeup eraser and washing my skin 2 times. There's still always that stubborn makeup that doesn't come off. After I let the toner sit in my skin for a few minutes, now I am going to put a little bit of an acne treatment on those couple of clogged pores spots that I have on my face. This was a little sample that I recently got from my dermatologist, and this again is La Roche-Posay, and it is their Effaclar Adapalene Gel 0.1% acne treatment. This is something just to apply once a day. Sometimes I don't even do this every day, but I find that this has made a really big difference in helping reduce some of those clogged pores. If I get a little bit of like a bumpy texture, this takes it right down. And I feel like even this little sample will last me a long time because I don't use a ton of it. Maybe like, can you guys even see, less than a pea size amount? And I just put it on some of those spots that I have a couple of clogged pores, like the center of my forehead, on my chin. That is kind of like the hot spot for me when it comes to clogged pores, is right on my jawline and my chin. Last but not least, for my skincare routine, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, sometimes if I'm having a lazy night, I will skip right to this. This is something that I never forget to do. This is the CeraVe moisturizing cream. I know CeraVe is all the rage nowadays. I've been using this for, I believe, close to 3 or 4 years now on my skin, and my skin has never felt more hydrated, and it feels so incredibly amazing. This is also accepted by the National Eczema Association, which is awesome because I do tend to get some eczema breakouts and contact dermatitis. This helps so much in soothing it. It is a little bit of a pricey moisturizer, but it is so worth it for those of you that have very dry skin or just sensitive skin and you want something reliable and fragrance-free. This feels so nice and hydrating. And honestly, you guys, over the years, I've kind of given up on eye cream. So I just take the same exact face moisturizer and just lightly pat that around my eyes. I honestly feel like it does the same thing as eye cream. All right, you guys, so there it is. That is my most up-to-date and current skincare routine that keeps my skin feeling good and keeps it as clear as possible, and I think looking as good as it can for now. As I said earlier, I am definitely not a skincare expert, dermatologist, esthetician. I am not trying to tell you guys what to do with your skin. This personally is just what has really worked for me, and as someone who has always suffered from having sensitive skin, I am so happy to finally find products that truly work for me. So all of the products that I use today will be listed and linked down below if you guys are interested. I really hope that you guys enjoyed seeing this video and spending time with me today. If you did, please make sure to give this video a thumbs up. It really helps me out. Also, make sure you guys are subscribed to my channel before you leave. I would love to have you guys here as part of my little YouTube fam. If you don't want to miss out on any of my future videos, click that notification bell down below and you'll get notified every single time that I upload a new video. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye, guys.